Good evening and welcome to our civics class tonight. How are you, Karin? Glad that you're here today.
Hi, teacher. How are you?
Hi. Are you having a good week?
Good. Good week.
Good. Okay. Well, we have been working on being able to do a job interview and to fill out a job application. So this is our last class to prepare us for the test. So we're going to go ahead and get started. Have you seen any of the videos on YouTube, Karin?
Yes.
Good, very good. It's hard to know who's been watching because I can't
Um,
tell who watches.
I have sent to you the photos of the homework. I don't send you, teacher. Sorry,
Okay,
but I do homework.
good. I'm glad that you're doing it. You can send it to me tomorrow or on Wednesday. That would be okay.
For the appointment.
For no, any of the homework.
Okay. Tomorrow send you the photos of the homework.
Okay, that sounds good. All right, well, we're going to go ahead and get started. I have some announcements. One is just to remind everybody about subscribing to my YouTube channel so that you don't miss any of our classes. I've been putting all of our classes there on YouTube so that we can all see the classes. And let me see. Oh, we're going to be, to take the civics test. Remember, there are two tests. There is the job application and the job interview. And these will be done on paper. Well, the application is on paper. So you'll need to pick up the test on Tuesday, sometime between 11 o'clock to 5:30 over at the school. So you can go to school, tell them your name, tell them my name, and tell them your level. This is the beginner class, so you would tell them that you're beginner and they will give you the right papers. But don't do anything with the papers yet. You just have to keep them in their envelope, don't open it, and when we do our test, then you will use the papers that are in the envelope.
Tomorrow?
Tomorrow you just go pick it up.
Okay.
Yeah, on Wednesday, we're going to do the job interview test. So between 5 o'clock to 7 o'clock, then you'll come into Zoom, just like today, and I'll have you wait. I'll have different rooms, like breakout rooms in Zoom, and you'll just wait your turn because I have to do everybody by themselves. So I'll have you wait, and when it's your turn, then I'll go into your room and do a job interview with you. Okay, if you prefer that I call you on the phone instead, then we can do it over the phone also. So just let me know if you would rather do it in Zoom or if you would rather do it over the phone.
In Zoom is good. It's
Okay, good.
Thank you.
All right, so that is on Wednesday. Then next Monday, in 1 week, we're going to do the job application part of the test. And we'll do that at school, at Fontana Adult School at 5 o'clock p.m. on Monday. So you'll just need to come to school, and I'm not sure exactly where we're going to do it at school, but we're going to have some tables set up, and we will do the job interview, the job application at a table there at the school. So that's Monday, June 15th at 5 o'clock p.m.
Teacher, where room?
It will be outside. It won't be inside because of the social distancing. So there will be some tables set up and we'll do it outside.
Okay.
Okay. And let me see, we will. So the job interview, I'm just highlighting it here. The job interview test is Wednesday between 5 to 7 p.m. And then the job application test is on Monday at school. Okay, any questions?
No, thank you.
Okay. So today we're going to be learning about how to close an interview. And then we're also going to practice doing a job interview so that we are all ready to do that for the test. So when you're going to finish an interview, there are some different things that, that you can ask. We're going to skip this part here. Let's go to the next one. Okay, so when the interview is ending, then usually the interviewer will ask you something like, do you have any questions for me? So you should think about it and ask 1 or 2 questions because that shows that you're interested in the job. So ask 1 or 2 questions. So you can say something like, what are the day-to-day duties of this job? Or you can ask a question like, when will you make a decision? Those are questions that are good to ask at the end of an interview. But questions that you don't want to ask, don't ask about the salary, don't ask about vacation time or sick days, and don't ask questions about the interviewer's personal life. So those are things that you don't want to say at the end of your interview. But you, at the very end, you should say, it was nice to meet you. And of course, before you say goodbye, you say thank you and shake hands again. Smile, make eye contact, and be friendly. Just like we talked about, that the first impression is very important, so is the last impression. So at the very end, you want to leave a good impression. Okay, so hi, Trang. Glad that you are here with us today. So let's take a look at some questions that we can ask and questions that we should not ask. Just erase all of these off of here. Okay, let's look at the first one. You want to, Karen, do you want to go ahead and ask the first question?
When does the job begin?
Right. Is that a good question to ask? Do you think that we should ask that question during the interview?
Yes.
Yeah, that's a good question to ask. So we'll go ahead and say yes. How about the next question? Trang, do you want to read the next question? Number 2. Okay, I'll go ahead and read it. Could you tell me about a usual work day? Do you think that that would be a good question to ask?
Yes.
Yes. Okay, how about the next one? Do you want to read the next one, Karen?
When will get a raise?
A raise.
Raise?
Do you know what that means, to get a raise?
Raise.
That means like
No,
that
no.
means like to get more money. So let's say you start working and you're making $15 an hour. And if you get a raise, maybe you'll be making $18 an hour. So a raise is when you get more money. So do you think that's a good question to ask when you during your interview?
No.
No, we shouldn't ask that question. Okay, how about the next one? Do you want to read that one, Karen?
What are the jobs duties?
Is that a good question to ask?
Yes.
Yes. How about the next one? What makes this job difficult? Is that
No.
no, we don't want to make the job look difficult, right? So that would
Right.
be a good question.
Mm-hmm.
How
How
about the,
much? Oh, sorry.
no, go ahead.
How much money do you make? No, it's
No,
inappropriate.
right, that would not be appropriate. So we'll give that one an X. What's the next one?
I'm hired.
Am I hired?
Yes.
No, we don't want to
No.
ask that question because sometimes the interviewer, they have other people to interview too. And if you ask, am I hired? Then it sounds a little bit pushy. So you don't want to ask that question. You can instead, you can ask, when will you make a decision? And that's more respectful and more appropriate to say that. So we will
Okay.
not ask, am I hired? What's the next one?
When will I hear from you about the jobs?
Is that an appropriate question?
Yes.
Yeah. How about the next one?
How much vacation time do you offer? No.
No, we don't talk about vacation in an interview.
Who will be my supervisor? No.
Right. We would not ask that. Okay, good job. Whoops. Erase these now. Okay, so if we were to put this dialogue here in the right order, we have all of these words over here on the left side, and we want to put them in the right order. So which one do you think would go first? I'll give you a minute to look it over. We have this one right here. This is first. Thank you for coming in. Do you have any questions? So what should go next? If the interviewer asks you if you have any questions, how should you respond?
No, I contact you.
No, that wouldn't be for you to say. That would be something that the interviewer would say.
Oh yeah. No, it was nice to meet you.
But remember, if they ask you if you have any questions, then you should ask a question, right? So
No.
where are the questions here? What can we ask?
When can I expect to hear from you?
Good, Trang, that's right. So we'll go ahead and put a number 2 right there. And my box is pretty big here. Let me move that over. Okay, so we would have, when can I expect to hear from you? Okay, so if you ask that question, then what do you think the interviewer might say? Which one of these responses here?
Well, about quality next week.
Yeah, that's right. Well, probably next week. Okay, so we asked our question. Remember that we should ask 1 or 2 questions. Do you see any other questions that we can ask?
Should I call you?
Yes. Should I call you? Okay, so we have, should I call you? And what do you think that the interviewer would say? How would that person respond?
I would like to meet you too.
Which one?
If would like to meet you too.
No, that
Oh.
wouldn't be the answer. If you ask, should I call you? And what would,
No. No, I will contact you.
right.
Yeah.
That's what they would say. No, I'll contact you. And then what should you say next?
You are welcome. Yeah.
No.
No. Right here. Oh, no, I would like to meet you. No.
I'm looking at them too to see which is the best
Yeah.
one. I think that might be a good time to say thank you.
Also, thank
Yeah,
you.
let's go ahead and say thank you. And then what will that person say?
You are welcome.
Uh-huh.
And if would like to meet you too. Yeah. If would like to meet you too.
No, it was nice to meet you.
Yeah, this is kind of tricky. I think that maybe there's a mistake here because it doesn't look right. But you would say something like, it was nice to meet you.
No.
But you wouldn't say no. You would just say, it was nice to meet you.
Uh-huh.
And the other person says, it was nice to meet you too. Right? And then you both say goodbye.
Goodbye.
So I think there's maybe a mistake there where it has, right there where it has the no. We'll just kind of cross that out. Okay, very good. So this is for the intermediate and advanced students. So we're not going to look at this right now. We are going to go. Now, something else that is good to do when you finish an interview is to write a thank you letter to the person that did the interview. But we're not really going to have time to talk about that because we have so many other things to do. So we're going to skip that. And we're going to look at the study guide. So you should have a study guide. This is kind of towards the end of your packet. Hi, Nadia, how are you? She's getting ready. Hi, Nadia. Okay, so you should have in your study guide, in your packet, there should be this study guide. And these are some of the example questions. When I do the job interview with you on Wednesday, then I'll be asking you these questions for you to answer. So these are questions that you'll need to be ready to answer. So let's look at the first one here. I will ask you, can you tell me about yourself? And we can see that there's an example of an answer right here. We'll go ahead. Would anybody like to read what the person says here?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I am here about a bank teller job. My name is Alexandra. I am from the Peru. I want to be a bank teller. I am very organized and I am always on time. In Peru, I worked at the bank teller for 3 years. I know how to keep the bank record card and score check. I also work tell with people. Your answer, look at your answer on the page.
Okay, very good. So the person, when they answered the question, can you tell me about yourself? What do we notice? What kinds of things did he say?
She said the bank. The
Right?
bank. Yeah.
She says what job she's interested in, right? He says his name.
Yeah. And she from the Peru.
Uh-huh. Tells what he wants.
He want to tell her every organized.
And tells his job, his personal qualities, right? Very organized, always on time. What's this next part where it says about working as a bank teller for 3 years? What would that be called?
Get work 3 years.
Right, that would be the work experience. So he tells his work experience, and then we can see the job skills. How to keep bank records, cash and sort checks, all of those are the job skills, right? And working well with people. So that would be a great answer to the question, can you tell me about yourself? So this was something I think that last week, I think you had to answer this question about can you tell about yourself? Would any of you like to practice and answer that question about you? Can you tell me about yourself?
Who? Me?
Anybody who would like to answer? Is there anybody that wants to answer the question? I don't want to put you on the spot, so it's okay if you don't want to. Okay, well, this is something that you need to make sure to practice because you'll need to answer it when we do our job interview on Wednesday, okay? So, but maybe you're a little bit shy about doing it during Zoom since it's being recorded, so that's okay. We'll go ahead and continue. And let's look at the next question. Now, another question that the job interviewer may ask you is, what are your job skills? What kind of skills do you have that you can give to your job? So, Karen, do you want to read the sample answer here?
I am a nursing aide. I can check vital signs. I know how to take care of sick people. I can serve food and make beds. I know how to keep records.
Very good. Okay, so when we ask, what are your job skills, then that is when you will explain what skills you have, what things you can do for the job. Like this person said the different things that they can do. Is there anybody that would like to answer that question? What are your job skills?
I myself?
Yeah, if you want to, you can answer.
Okay. I am accounting public. I can analytics the information, big information. in the computer for the system that Excel. I know the accounting, the different companies. No more.
Very good. Very good. So let me just help you a little bit. At the beginning, you would say, I'm a public accountant, because you got it reversed. You said accountant, public. So put the public first. I'm a public accountant.
Public account. Thank you.
And then you said about analytics. So you would want to say, I can analyze information. So instead of saying analytics, say I can analyze information.
Okay, thank you, teacher.
Yeah, that was very good though. Great. Anybody else would like to answer that question? What are your job skills? Okay, we're going to go ahead and continue to the next question. But you do need to be practicing this at home, okay? By yourself or with a friend or with your family to answer these questions. Okay, the next question is, do you have a job right now?
Okay.
And these are some possible answers that you can say. Nadia, would you like to read these?
Yeah.
Yes, I am now. I am working in a construction company. I am bricklayer. I
Bricklayer.
am working now. I am working a dental office. I am dental assistant. No, I am not working now. No, I don't have job right now.
Perfect. Great job, Nadia. Thank you. So these are the different ways that you can respond. You can either say, if you say yes, then you want to also tell where you work and what you do. That's what they did in both of these answers. They said yes, or they said I'm working now, and they said where they work and what they do. And if the answer is no, then you would say something like, no, I'm not working now, or no, I don't have a job right now. So I'm going to ask each one of you this time. Now everybody has to answer, okay? Because these, you can look at the, if your answer is yes, then tell me where you work. And if the answer is no, then all you have to do is say, no, I am not working now, or no, I don't have a job right now. Okay, so Karin, you're first. Do you have a job right now?
Oh, no. No.
No, I am not working now.
Very good. Trang, do you have a job right now?
No, I don't have a job right now.
Very good. Nadia, do you have a job right now?
Yes, I have a job now.
And tell me where you're working.
I working in the company Civics.
And what do you do?
You can repeat that ask,
What
please?
do you do at your job?
Oh, I is in inspection. Inspection the ¿cómo se dice hacer? The inspection for made soups, noodle soups.
Okay, so you do food inspection. You're a food inspector. Good, so you
Food
would say,
inspection.
right, very good. So you would say, I'm a food inspector. Good job.
Thank you.
Okay, let's look at the next one. Okay, so the next question, that the interviewer will ask you is, if you are working right now, then they would ask you, why do you want to leave your job? If you don't have a job right now, then they would ask, why did you leave your last, I'm going to sneeze. Why did you leave your last job? So one of those two questions they'll ask you. And remember that we talked about that you should always be positive and never be negative about your job. You don't want to say bad things about it, even if you don't like your job. You want to stay positive. So you can say something like, I like my job, but, and a reason why you want to leave your job. Or I really enjoy my job, but, and give a reason. Okay, I have gone as far as I could, but you want something else. Was there a question?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Now, if you don't have a job right now, then they'll ask you about your last job. So they'll say something like, why did you leave your last job? And again, you want to stay positive about your answers. So those are some example answers there that you can give. Another question that they will ask you is, when can you start this job? And these are some possible answers. You can say, I can start right away, or I can start next week. I can begin working in 2 days. All of these are possible answers that you can say, that you can respond to the question with.
Yeah.
They'll also ask you what shift you can work. Remember, we learned about the different shifts. So it's good when you do your interview to be flexible, like we talked about. So you should say something like, I can work any shift, but I prefer, and then tell the shift that you would like to have. Either first shift, night shift, graveyard, swing shift, or day shift. Anyone, but you should start off by showing that you are flexible and you will take, whatever they give you.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's for the intermediate and advanced. You don't have to worry about those. So this is an example. This is like a practice test. And this is just like what we were doing. This is like what you will have to do for the test. And it would be great if we were able to spend a little bit more time to practice this, but you can maybe get someone to help you at home to practice. And maybe can I have one person do it with me so that we can model how to do it? Do I have a volunteer? Would anybody like to be interviewed right now?
Yeah.
Trang, did you say yes?
Student B.
Karen,
Yeah.
you said yes?
Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
good. I'm glad I have a guinea pig. Okay, so I'll be student B, and no, wait. I'll be student A, and you're going to be student B, okay? So you go ahead and go first, Karen.
Okay. Good morning. My name is Karen. May I come in?
I am here.
I'm here about the a public accounting position.
Very good. Good morning. Come in. Sit down.
Thank you.
My name is Sandra DeSena. I'm the personnel manager. Can you tell me about yourself?
I'm here about public accountant job. My name is Karen. I'm from Colombia. I want to be Fontana School. I'm very school and um in Colombia I worked in Avianca as assistant analytic control for 2 years. I know analyze information and I do wait, teacher, please.
Doing good.
Um, I know in Excel, I can do accounting. No more.
Very good. I was trying to find my microphone, so it was taking a long time. Very good. So, what skills do you have?
I'm fast on the computer. I am responsible. I'm
Responsible.
responsible. Smart.
Okay, that's good. When we talk about skills, you want to say something like you did earlier, like you are able to use Excel. You can analyze information, like those types of specific job skills that you have. You want to include those in your answer.
Okay.
Okay. All right, very good. Are you working now?
No, no, I'm not working now.
Why do you want to leave your job? Oh, no, you don't have a job right now. So why did you leave your last job?
I'm immigrate.
To the United States?
Yes.
Good, I see. When can you start?
I am start immediately. No. I can start next week.
Very good. What shift can you work?
I want all shift. I prefer the first shift.
Are you flexible?
On
Are
day.
you able to work any shift? Are you flexible?
Yes.
Good. Okay, so make sure you say that you're flexible first and then say that what you prefer. Very good. Okay, thank you for coming in. We'll let you know about our decision next week. It was nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.
All right, very good, Karen. You did a great job.
Thank you.
Okay, so we don't have more time to practice, so we're going to have to, but these are some things that we're going to be looking at doing that you want to make sure that you do in your interview. You want to give your handshake, right? A nice strong handshake. Make sure you're making eye contact, looking at the person the whole time. Body language, that you're not wiggling around. Sit up straight, have good posture. Be confident, so you should smile, look friendly, speak loudly, and make sure that all of your answers are clear and correct. So that's kind of an evaluation form that you can use while you're practicing. And our time is pretty much up. If you came in late, I just want to make sure that you heard the announcements. If you missed any classes, make sure you watch them on YouTube. I have my own channel, so look up Sandra DeSena, and you can see all of our classes that we've had so far. Remember to pick up your civics test on Tuesday at school, sometime between 11 o'clock and 5:30. Just tell them your name and that you're a beginner and your teacher is Sandra DeSena, and they will give the envelope to you. But don't open the envelope because we're going to use it for our test. So you want to make sure that you don't do anything yet for the test, okay? Just with me. The job interview test will be on Wednesday between 5 o'clock and 7 o'clock in Zoom. So you'll come to Zoom just like tonight, and I'll have you wait in a breakout room until it's your turn, and I will do the interview with you. And if you want me to call you instead, then I can call you. And last is the job application test. We will do that at Fontana Adult School on Monday, next Monday at 5:00 p.m. So you'll bring your envelope, you'll bring a pen, and there will be tables outside. And everybody will sit at a table by themselves, and we will do the test, the job application test. Okay, are there any questions before we end?
Teacher, I have a
Yes.
question. The packet civics, I need a turn in the school homework or no?
The homework that I have asked you to do, then you send it by email, or you can take a picture. You can send it as a text message or by email, or you can put it on Edmodo, or I think even with Remind. Somehow you need to send it to me. So if you watch the other classes, I tell you in the lesson what the homework is. So those homeworks you need to send to me.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, Any other questions? Okay, then I will see you on Wednesday at 5:00 in Zoom, and I'll send you the link on Wednesday. Okay, thanks for coming. Bye-bye.
Okay, teacher, thank you. Bye-bye.
Thank you.